Hello, my name is Daniel Yuck. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. In this video, I want to share with you how to go about stretching the skin. I kind of want to talk about some fundamentals that I use when I go about stretching the skin. For this demonstration, I will be using fake skin. However, these fundamentals will absolutely apply to human skin. Depending on where they're at will determine how we're fully going to go about it. Let's get right on into this. It's absolutely worth noting that the way that I go about stretching the skin here is going to fluctuate from artist to artist. Some artists may feel comfortable in ways that I don't, and vice versa. However, I encourage you to take what you want and leave what you don't. For this demonstration, I'm going to be using the Ink Claw blade tattoo machine with the Ink Claw wireless power supply. This is going to be a spearhead tattoo needle. This is going to be a piece of real skin, fake skin that I'm going to be using to get my points across. And then I'm going to be using a wormhole silicone hand here to kind of place this on top. I'm also using dynamic black tattooing ink, simple petroleum jelly, phantom tattoo gloves, and Scotch shop wipes for excess removal of ink and cleaning up the fake skin. I will be leaving my Amazon affiliate links and other affiliate links for you in the description below to the gear featured in this video, so that way you can check it out on your end. When I first started stretching of the skin, the initial thought that I had when I thought of that phrase or heard that phrase was with these two fingers to do a little pinch like this, just like we did on like tablets or do on tablets and smartphones. Now, I quickly learned that this is actually the opposite of what we want. Even if we're doing it like this or like this, I mean, granted, that does work in very specific situations, but chances of me going to this stretch each and every single time I tattoo is a little unlikely from my real world experience. So when I'm actually tattooing, even on fake skin, because granted, the motions that I'm going to share with you do not change from this piece of fake skin to this right here. It all stays the same. Again, the only thing that really changes is if I'm going to be tattooing this part, that every single area requires adjustment is what I am saying. So that's basically the point that I'm trying to get at there. Now, the idea though with this is when I first started, I thought that stretching the skin would be, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, but it's not. We're actually using the majority of our hands. So when I tattoo, I'm holding the machine with these three fingers right here, as you can see. So these three fingers are doing the majority of the work. When I'm holding the machine, I'm holding it like this, and then this part of my hand, so from these two fingers on this way, is stabilizing, the foundation in which I'm creating on. So if I was floating, my needle would shake a lot more, but since I'm grounded and stable because of this, I'm able to get a lot more cleaner work. So that's the function of my right hand. And I do talk about this more in the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook and in a new book that I'm working on. I'll go ahead and have that on Amazon very, very soon for you all. But within these books, I do talk in depth about how I hold the machine and why. And you can see that's the reasoning. So these three fingers are literally holding the machine in place, and then these two fingers are going to be my foundation. However, that's the, surface level function. There is a sublayer below this level where this part of my hand now also becomes usable. So if I apply a little bit of pressure and direction, I can now use this to pull the skin. That's basically going to work in conjunction with this side over here. So you get the idea. So if I did that with both of them, both of my this side of my hands here now allow me to stretch the skin like so without ever having to use this. This right here is something that I use much more often than this, and I'm going to explain more on why. Let's say I try to deposit a line without focusing on the stretch of the skin. Well, typically what happens is you can see how we have curved surfaces, so this area is kind of just floating, right? So if I were to try to deposit a line in this area, although I may be able to do it, you're going to see that we do get a lot of flapping. Let me go ahead and move it over just to kind of exaggerate it. So I'm going to get a little bit of ink, and I'm actually just going to try to apply this line in real time as if I were actually tattooing, but without the stretch. So from here, I'm just going to plant my hand. And again, I may be able to get it. However, you see that bounce right there? That's going to cause inconsistencies within my line because I'm never hitting the same spot. As it's coming back up, it's microscopically bouncing back to the needle in different directions, and it lands in different areas. So I may get some fizz looking lines or lines that aren't fully saturated. You get the idea. So the idea is when we are stretching the skin, we want to be able to stretch it to where it basically flattens out the area that we're tattooing enough so that way we can get a clean line. So you can see though, between these two lines, they may look saturated up front and acceptable to some artists. However, if I pay attention, you're going to see how this line here is completely faded. It's already looking lighter versus this line. Now, granted, every situation in terms of how the skin is going to bounce is going to be different. So right now, I would say that we're experiencing low bouncing, low, feedback from the skin. However, it absolutely does get worse, and the worse it gets, the harder it becomes to tattoo. And all of that, I feel, is a side effect from not properly stretching the skin. So like, let me see if I can move it to an area that allows me to really get my point across here. So if I were to move the fake skin right here, and I try to tattoo in an area that's a little bit more softer, as you can see, again, although we may be able to, however, the needles aren't fully reaching the correct depth because we need to tighten the skin a little bit. So in order for me to do so, what I would do is I would, again, use this part of my hand and then these fingers like so. And then instead of using the tip, I'm gonna use this part, pull it over, and then the same thing with the thumb. Use this part of my thumb and then pull it out and provide some tension onto the skin. Not too much, but just enough to where the foundation of where I'm tattooing feels tight and firm. So I'm going to bring it from A to B, A to B. I can now feel the bog of the machine and the vibration much more intensely than I did before. Before I felt more of the bounce, now I feel the bog. So that's how I know the needle is getting into the correct depth. And I'm also getting neighboring line weights that are all the same. So that lets me know that I'm actually depositing the ink in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. And you can see this area is right between these two fingers. So there is no foundation that I'm tattooing on. I'm more so relying on a good, snug skin here. So once again, what I'm going to be using is this area of my hand right here and this area of my thumb. As you can see, when I turn it this way, I go like this, and then I begin to one point this way, one point this way, one point this way. So it's a 3-point stretch. 1, 2, 3. And then you just kind of want to softly bring them out. That's literally the idea of stretching, and it does not change on human skin. You don't need all 3 points, just use what's necessary. And then over time, as you get comfortable, you're going to see how stretching the skin is actually just going to become a natural part of your workflow. There we go, from A to B, dab away, and we would just continue exactly like that. So instead of doing this, I have more space to see, more freedom to apply this cleaner. You can see I'm not getting any bounce on the skin. All I have to do is get the needle to the right depth, make sure I give it enough time to do its job, and then I get to move on to the next area. Just like that, I'm going to dab away, get some more ointment, wipe, wipe, and there you have it. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and continue that. And each and every time we tattoo a line, it's always going to be a little bit different. It's never going to be the same. So the stretching fundamentals will kind of remain the same, but in terms of how we go about doing it, it's always going to fluctuate a little bit. Sometimes you're going to use this part of your hand, sometimes you're going to use this part right here. And that's going to be determined based on the sizing, the design, the placement, and your comfortability as the artist. Neither of them are wrong. However, I feel like whatever feels most natural while yielding the best results is the best way to go. So for example, you can see that now I'm going to go ahead and start implementing this part of the hand. So this inner area right here, I'm no longer using the tip of the fingers. I'm using this entire area right here to place right here. And what I'm doing is I'm using this stretch to pull it down this way like so. And then I'm going to use this part of my hand to pull the stretch that way. So I'm not using fingers, I'm using the palm of my hand to get these stretches in, as you can see. And then now I have a skin that's nice, balanced, and tight right here, so that way I can deposit the ink cleanly while capturing the line weight integrity. And that right there is the fundamental principle of stretching the skin. It is going to vary and change a little bit depending on where you're at, the direction you're going to be going in, etc., etc. However, the fundamental principle of how to stretch the skin with the parts of the hand is pretty much going to stay the same. I'm going to use pretty much these parts of my hands the entire way through. Dab, dab, and there we go. Let me go ahead and do a few more just for good measure so you can kind of see exactly how I would do that. And never am I going to do this. That just seems like more tedious for me. I'm going to go ahead and get comfortable by planting my hands so that way I have a better flow and momentum here. So you can see I'm stretching the skin while I'm depositing the line. They're happening together in unison. There we go. And that's literally the idea behind it. I mean, it doesn't really get much more complex than that. The idea, I think what really is complex with stretching the skin is just figuring out the flow. Since there is no one that's gonna be able to tell you, hey, stretch it exactly like this each and every time you tattoo, that's the part you have to figure out for yourself. So here we go, here's another area. You can see again, I'm using this inner area of my hand with this bottom area to get this stretch like so. And then I taper in, bring it around, and taper out just like that. Same thing. And you can see each and every time I deposit the line, I'm not fighting against any flapping skin. I'm not fighting against any sort of unstable foundation. So therefore, this right here creates the optimal environment for me to actually deposit these lines in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner throughout the entire tattoo. At first, I will warn that this may feel a little uncomfortable to actually pull off where you're holding the skin down with your palm while creating the line. However, over time, it becomes a natural flow, and then you actually start seeing where you're actually capable of pulling one past line. So if I'm tattooing like this, I'm able to reach from here to here comfortably by tapering in right here, bringing the line out this way, and taper out like so, bring it back in. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and dab away, and that is what I have right here. As you can see, when I wipe away, each line is consistent, solid, and saturated, and neighboring one another well. So if I had to close out this video with any sort of advice, I would just say practice that. Don't practice stretching like this, and don't overthink it and stretch too hard. Just find a healthy medium, and in order to do so, you have to experience both too much and too little. Each and every time, you always want to make sure that your skin is stabilized to where you can, apply the line cleanly. You feel the bog, you feel the tension and vibration. Great, 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 all the way through. You get the idea. Same thing here. Dab, dab. I'm gonna go back for some more ink here. I'm sorry, some more ointment to wipe away the excess ink. And again, that's really it. Now, I remember I would overthink this process all the way through. That's not something that you want to overthink. You can see that this little line right here is going to require me to just simply use this part of my hand, and right here, put a little bit of pressure down. And all I have to do is just a little taper out like so. So that's what I mean. Every area is going to be a little bit different, and then you're going to grow into a natural workflow where you're going to know by second nature how to posturize and position yourself for each and every part of the tattoo. So don't overthink it when you first start. Just try to be calm, cool, and collective, and then just try to develop a stable, healthy flow that allows you to apply each and every single line cleanly. And then just make sure that every time you're pulling the skin and practicing your stretches, make sure that the skin isn't doing any of that under your needle, okay? So that's basically the idea. That's what you want to avoid. You want to make sure that your skin doesn't do that, because if not, you're going to get inconsistent, faded lines. So just stay away from that, and you're going to be perfectly fine. And in order to do so, you just practice this basic stretch method using this part right here, one way, that way, this way. So that way when you stretch, it's going in all opposite directions. So this thumb is going to go this way, this is going to go that way, and then this is going to go this way. So 1, 2, 3, and you can see I stabilize the skin. A to B, there we go, same thing. There we go. Dab away. I'm going to go back for some more ointment. Wipe, wipe. And there we go. That is the idea behind stretching the skin. We want to be able to create a foundation that anytime we take needle to the skin to deposit lines, the skin doesn't do a whole bunch of this while we're trying to do a whole bunch of this, you know? So the idea is to practice this, foundate the skin, make sure the skin has a nice stretch on it, not too much, not too little, so that way you can deposit lines in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. But honestly, this right here covers most of the stretching that we would be using for any given tattoo that should come our way, especially in the earlier days. Now, that would be it to conclude this video. I do hope that you can find something to take with you from this video. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop a comment below. I'll do my absolute best to assist in the best possible direction. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with a friend. If you like this video, consider also subscribing to my channel, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you. With that being said, I appreciate you, your time, and your support. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.